Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie if you're new here, and on my channel we talk about books. So let's get into it. This video is going to be a witchy vlog and I'm super excited about it. We are going to be reading all sorts of witchy books and doing some fun like movies, fall themed things, and it's going to be fantastic and I'm very hyped. So we're going to begin today by reading Not the Witchy Wed by April Asher, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll tell you, but I'm pretty sure that's who it's by. But we're going to read that, and I am currently making, it spilled. I'm currently making a coffee that spilled all over the counter. And I'm gonna light a fall candle today. It's gonna be very cozy and I'm very excited. So let's get on into it. Good morning. It's been a couple of days, but I have finally made a little bit of progress into Not the Witchy Wed by April Asher. I'm about 10% of the way in, probably like 35 pages, and I'm starting to really enjoy it at this point. So the book follows our main character, Violet, and she is a triplet. I think she's the oldest as well, and she was born into a family of witches, so she's a witch, and she has never really manifested any power. But her family is like the highest coven, I guess, of witches, and so she is supposed to take on this prima pedestal, and she decided to walk away from it because she never really manifested power. And so her sister, the second born triplet, is taking this on. And so this book starts out at her sister's mating announcement with a shifter of some sort. I don't know exactly what he shifts into. I think it's like a tiger or something. I don't know. But while they're at this shifting ceremony, Violet runs into her high school love and mortal enemy now because of something that happened back in the day. And she runs into him and throws a snowball at his face in front of everybody. And so, of course, there's gossip and there's some angst, and it's really fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. Also, I'm not entirely sure what to expect. I don't know how great this is going to be, but I am really enjoying it so far. I also am excited because I'm probably going to pick up my next book for this video today. I have the audiobook for The Kiss Curse, which is the second book to the X-Hex series. And so I'm probably going to pick that up today as well, and I will update you guys on that. But I'm really excited. It's been super fun. I made the pumpkin spice like mix that I showed you guys last night, and I tried it this morning. I should have filmed it, but I just didn't think about it. But wow, so good, delicious. I don't even need pumpkin spice this year. Like, I can just drink that. You just put like, so I have an espresso machine, so I just like brew some Nespresso, or like put an espresso pot in, and then I froth 3/4 of a cup of almond milk, and then I put 1 tablespoon of that stuff in, and it's like the perfect drink. It's just sweet enough, it's just pumpkin-y enough, just spicy enough. It's fantastic. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear the lawn guys. They come on Tuesdays. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it, so sorry, but I want to film, so. But anyways, that is my update for today. I'm really excited to get further into this book. I'm also just like in a big witchy mood right now, so maybe this week we'll watch like Twitches. I did watch half, I didn't finish it, but I watched half of the first Haunted Mansion movie on Sunday, and I love this time of year. I love these movies. It makes me so happy. I think we're talking about going to see the Haunted Mansion 2, like the new one, this weekend, which would be amazing. So I will keep you informed if we do that, and if I watch any of the other spooky movies. I also kind of want to watch Hocus Pocus too. So yeah, that is the plan at this point, is just to get through this book. And once I'm listening to another audiobook right now, but once I finish it and I start the Kiss Curse, I will let you guys know my thoughts, because I really liked the first book. I know not everybody does, but I thought that it was great. So yeah, that being said, I will let you go for now, but I just wanted to update. Hello, I'm apologizing again for the noise outside. It's gonna happen all day, so any clips that I have today, you will hear it. But I wanted to update because as soon as I finish this clip, I'm going to start the audiobook for The Kiss Curse, and I just wanted to quickly tell you what it was about, briefly, just because I don't know a ton about it. So the first book, The Ex-Hex, followed our main character, Vivian, and I don't even really know, it's been a minute since I read this, but basically, her like ex-boyfriend left her when she was, I think, 19, and told her that he was engaged, and just like left. And so he was like her mortal enemy basically, and she hated him, and she like put a curse on him. And then he came back to the town like 10 years later, and had to come back to set the ley lines for the like magic, and they reconnected, and you know how that goes. So that's just like the slightest, briefest explanation of the first book. I do recommend it. It is a pretty like controversial book. Some people love it, some people hate it. I thought it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and it's very like fitting if you like the witchy vibes books, the books that are about magic and stuff like that. The second book, The Kiss Curse, follows Vivian's cousin Gwen, and I believe it also follows Reese's brother Wells. I'm pretty sure that's his brother. But those are the two main characters for this book. I don't know a ton about it, but I know like the gist of that's who it follows, and she is a witch. He is would you call it a wizard, a warlock, a witch? I don't know. But he's also got magic, and they're probably gonna fall in love, and I'm super excited. I don't know a ton about it, but I will give you an update when I get into it. Hello, I wanted to give a quick update because I think far enough into both of these books that I can give a little bit of a cohesive update. So we'll start with the audiobook that I'm listening to, which is The Kiss Curse. So like I said, it's following our main characters, Gwen and Wells. Wells is the brother of the main character of the first book. Reese is that character. So it follows Gwen and Wells owned a pub, like a failing pub in Wales. Wells in Wales, yeah, it was great. And he convinced his dad to let him leave this like family pub to go try something new and pretty much dominate the power in this small town that Reese lives in and where Gwen lives. And so he goes and he decides to open a magical shop across the street from Gwen's magical shop. So it's like a business rivals type thing. We've already had a scene where they have started to get feelings for each other. I am enjoying it. However, I'm not enjoying it as much as I liked the first one. And I think it's because I don't particularly love the narrator, honestly. And I don't remember if it's, I need to look it up to see if it's the same narrator as the first book, because I feel like I liked the narrator in the first book, but I'm not loving this one. She's just, I don't know. I feel like her tone seems a little too sassy for me. But yeah, anyways, I am enjoying it. I think I'm about 35% of the way through it, so hopefully I'll make a pretty good chunk of the way through it again today and be able to move on to the next book. Good morning. I am 85% of the way through The Kiss Curse. And while I'm enjoying it just solely off of the vibes, I do feel like it's kind of an unnecessary book as like a sequel. And that sounds kind of mean, but the first book was like good, and like I felt like the story was really like it packed a punch, like it was important. This book feels very unimportant, I guess. I just feel like there's not, like, the conflict was really little. It feels very easy. Like the romance was easy. I'm at the third act conflict right now, and I feel like it's easy. Like everything that's happening just seems very too easy to be believable. I mean, obviously it's about witches, so it can't be that believable, but too easy to be believable. And so I'm wondering what the point of this book was, like in the author's perspective, other than maybe just wanting to continue on in the world. But based off of vibes, I like it a lot. I really do. I think that it's fun. I like the characters. I like Wells. I don't know that I love Gwen though as like a main character. She's okay, but she did better for me like as a side character in the first book. So I don't know, that's just my opinion. I probably will finish that book within the next like hour, and then I will give you my final thoughts and my rating on it. But overall, I just feel like it's really like, if you're looking for like a light fluffy book that doesn't have a lot of conflict, that's like a romance, I recommend it. But otherwise, I don't. But I also would say that there is some spoilers for the first book in the second book, so I would read the first book first if you are planning on reading the series. But yeah, that's it. I will update you when I finish the book. Okay, I'm gonna give some slight spoilers for this book. So if you haven't already read it, or if you want to read it, I would pause or skip this. I'm gonna put a spoiler section on the screen right here. But I want to talk about what's going on really fast, and so I'm gonna have to give spoilers to talk about it. So starting now, this third act conflict is just kind of infuriating to me, because Wells and Reese's dad gave Wells a ring that's sucking Gwen's power. Wells had absolutely no idea that this ring was like spelled to steal her magic, and when they found out about it, Gwen is pissed at Wells when Wells had nothing to do with it. It was all his dad. And I can't handle her just like being pissed at him when he did not do anything wrong. It's just very irritating. It's fine, but it's irritating, and I had to share. But that's it. Hopefully, I only have an hour left of the audiobook. I'll finish it in like 30 minutes. But hopefully this just gets resolved, because it's just irritating to me. And she knows that he didn't have anything to do with it, because he literally like swore up and down that he had nothing to do with it and had no idea. And he was like, it like gave him like a mark on his hand from where the ring was, and he's like, I have no idea what's going on. He's like, I swear I have no idea what's going on. And she still was pissed at him, and I don't understand. Okay, so I finished The Kiss Curse by Rachel Hawkins, right? Rachel Hawkins or Aaron Sterling, but it's the same person. Okay, got confused for a second there, but I finished it. I actually really enjoyed the final twist that came at the end, with like right after the third act conflict, after I threw my little fit. The part that came right after that I enjoyed. So I think I'm probably going to give it like a 3.5 stars. I thought that overall the story was fun. It was very like, not spooky, witchy, like cozy. It was very much like a cozy romance. So if you're interested in like a cozy romance, I would recommend the series. It's fun. It's very fall. It makes me want Halloween to be here like tomorrow. but I really enjoy it. So I hope that you guys decide to pick it up. I don't have my next audiobook yet, so we're just gonna focus on reading Not the Witchy Wed, and I should actually be able to get a pretty decent chunk of this read maybe today. I think that my library loan only has like 6 days left, so I have to finish it soon, but hopefully we can get through a chunk of this. I'm trying to decide what other books I want to read for this video. I did buy the second book in this series, so we could read the second book in this series. We could also read Witch Haven. I think I have another book on my Kindle that we could read. So I don't know, we have lots of options, but I'm gonna get through this first and then just wait for my audio loan to get here. The other audiobook that I have for this video is also another second book in a series. It's the second book in the Go Hex Yourself series. I think it's called What the Hex, and I'm really excited to read that one. I gave Go Hex Yourself 5 stars. I loved it, so I'm super stoked. I just have to wait for it to get here, which it should be here probably within the next week, so you will see that soon. Hello. So I have a reading update for the book that I'm reading. I am over 50% of the way through it now, and I am really actually enjoying it quite a bit. We're to a point where the book has a fake dating element, which I didn't know, and I think that I like fake dating because you really get to know somebody, like the characters really get to know each other without like the pressure of actually dating, and then they decide that they like each other and then will start dating. And so I enjoy it, and it's making me happy. But we're starting to see Violet like learn how to use her magic more and really starting to like come into herself. I feel like she was pretty like, she was kind of like an outsider, and I feel like she's finally starting to like, I don't know, show her spunk, show her personality, and just be herself, which I am really enjoying. So far so good. I'm really enjoying it. I have to finish this book like today or tomorrow because my library loan expires, so I need to do that. And I just got What the Hex from the library, which is my next audiobook that I'm going to listen to for this video. And it's the second book in the Go Hex Yourself series, and I am so excited because I loved the first book. I gave the first book 5 stars. I actually read it a couple weeks ago, so I'm super excited to listen to this book. I'm currently listening to another book for a different video, so I'm not gonna listen to this one yet. But once I have finished that other book, then I will hop over to this one, and I'll keep you guys updated on my thoughts, but I'm very excited. I completely forgot to tell you that we went and saw The Haunted Mansion this weekend, and I was fully obsessed with it. I was thoroughly entertained the entire movie. I thought that it was great. It is so much more like the Disney ride than the original movie. It was such a good adaptation of the ride, and I really loved it. I will say I do like the storyline of the first one better, where like, I'm going to talk about the movies, so if you haven't seen the movies and you want to not be spoiled, maybe don't watch this part. But I like how in the first one it's about like Gracie's wife dying and then him committing suicide, and it kind of being based off of the butler. And while this character is in the new one, the story of the living people was very different. And so, I don't know, I liked them both. I mean, I obviously love the one with Eddie Murphy in it, but I really enjoyed this one. I thought that it was great. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Plus, it's going to be a great fall rewatch. I hope that it goes to Disney Plus before the fall so that I can watch it multiple times. So, yeah, that is my update. I just wanted to let you know that I did watch it and I loved it. Good morning. I haven't given an update in a few days because I haven't been prioritizing this book, but I'm back on it and I am loving it. I'm currently about 70% of the way through Not the Witchy Wed by April Asher, and I am really enjoying it. I really love the characters. I love the friendship between Harper and Bax and Violet, as well as Violet's 2 sisters, her like triplet, Rose and Olive. And then I also absolutely love Lincoln. I think that he's a great love interest. I think that their like banter is fantastic. I love the fake dating element.
they have already had like a scene where they got together and now there's like feelings involved and it's very complicated. Not that there wasn't feelings involved from the beginning. I love the shifter aspect. I love literally everything about it. And I'm literally reading this book right now, drinking a pumpkin spice latte, and it's thundering outside and I'm so happy. So I am planning on hopefully finishing this book today. I think I have about 70 pages left-ish, so I should be able to finish it, but I will keep you guys updated when I do finish it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think that it's great. If you haven't read it or haven't heard of it, I would definitely recommend you pick it up so far. Of course, I haven't finished it yet, but I am enjoying it a lot. Hello, I'm here with another reading update. If you can hear noises in the background, it's the washing machine and I just can't shut it off, so I'm sorry. But I did finish Not the Witchy Wed by April Asher and I gave it a solid 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think that the book couldn't have ended any better. I think that Lincoln and Violet are perfect together. I really, really love them. I'm taking a break before I go into the next one because I'm not prepared for them to not be the main characters in the next one. The next book follows Violet's sister Rose and somebody who was introduced at the end of the last book. But I just felt like this book was so fun, so good to read, so easy, but also very witchy, very atmospheric, and very exciting. So I really enjoyed it and I think that you should pick it up. I also just got the audiobook hold for What the Hex, which is the sequel book to Go Hex Yourself, and I'm so excited to be reading this book. So I'm like 30 minutes into the book, so not very far at all. But it follows our main character Penny, who was a side character in the first book, and then it follows the hero Willem, who was also a side character in the other book. So Willem is a wizard, Penny is a pending familiar. She wants to be a familiar, but she has not been hired for the job yet, and so she's just like pretty much getting by. She works in a magical shop until she can get a job as a familiar. Willem is in need of a familiar, so I'm assuming that they're going to cross paths and then fall in love because that's just kind of how romance books work. But I'm not 100% sure like what the trials are going to be and everything, so I'm really excited. I also love that we get to see Reggie and Ben in the background because I think that they're fun characters and I just enjoy watching them be in love. So yes, that is everything for what I've read so far. I'm hoping to get a pretty good chunk of this audiobook listened to today, and then I will give you an update when I know a little bit more and when I've read a little bit more. But yes, I'm just living my best life. Also, I'm drinking a pumpkin spice protein shake, and this is actually really good. It's the Premier Protein brand, and I got it at Walmart for like a 12-pack for like $30, which isn't bad at all. But I figured I would share because it is a spooky witchy vlog and you can't have spooky witchy without pumpkin spice. So yeah, that is everything and I will talk to you guys in a bit. Hello, I wanted to give a quick update on What the Hex. I am about 35% of the way through it right now, and honestly, I'm not loving it as much as I was hoping that I would. The book follows our main character Penny and our other main character Willem, and Penny is becoming a familiar for Willem. However, Willem is forbidden by the society to have a familiar, so they're both risking a lot to do this. The reason that Willem needs to have a familiar is because he can't draw enough from his own power well to be able to pretty much cast any spells. So he draws power from her, and she has a very deep power, well. And so he has to have a familiar in order to cast, but he's been banned from having one. So they're both kind of trying to come up with a excuse as to why they are spending so much time together. She moved into his house and she's not supposed to be working with him. So she came up with this idea that they were going to fake date. So now they're fake dating, and people in the society don't really believe her because he's kind of a jackass. And she's like a happy-go-lucky, like too sunshiny type of sunshine. So this book is very much grumpy sunshine, fake dating. I'm just not loving it. She spells out while speaking, OMG, and I just, it gives me the ick every time that it happens. And there are a couple other things like within the story that really all pertain to her that give me the ick, but I also kind of just feel like Willem is just an asshole, and I don't particularly love him. So it's really hard for me to be getting into this book because I don't like the main characters either way. Like, I don't like either of them. So I'm struggling, but I am gonna finish it. Hopefully either today or tomorrow I will be able to finish it. But yeah, that is currently the update.
Hello. I finished What the Hex a few days ago, and I just suck and forgot to update you. I completely thought that I did, but I guess I didn't. But I ended up giving the book 3.5, 3.25 stars. It definitely wasn't the 5 stars that Go Hex Yourself was, but I think that it was overall a very enjoyable story. I just didn't like the main character nearly as much as I did in the first book, but I think that as a whole, the book was very, like, whimsical and happy, and it had almost, like, a different level of higher stakes than the first book did, I guess, which was kind of interesting just to compare the two. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend you pick it up, and it's a very easy audiobook to get through.
It's a while later. I'm not gonna lie, I really slacked on editing this vlog, and I realized I didn't ever film an outro. So yeah, here I am, future Allie, I guess current Allie, that was past Allie. But regardless, I just wanted to hop in here and end off the video. I read 3 really great books in this video, 3 really great witchy books in this video specifically. I read Not the Witchy Wed by April Asher, I read What the Hex by Jessica Clare, and I read The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. So I really enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed all the books that I read. I think that What the Hex was probably my least favorite, but I did end up really enjoying it by the ending. So I highly recommend you pick up any of these. We have a little bit of time left before the end of spooky season, so definitely put one of these on the end of your TBR and check them out. That being said, I am going to let you guys go. In the comments down below, leave the crystal ball emoji, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye!